everyone. Good morning and welcome to Garden Day. This is so exciting. I am so happy that you get to join us today. So very good morning to you. I am Zoe Brown. I'll be your host for our virtual garden gathering, a first for South Africa. And I just wanted to welcome each and every one of you because today is all about celebrating our beautiful green spaces around us. And as you can see, I'm inside my home, inside my apartment, but I've got all my beautiful plants around me. So I really hope that you get to be outside, enjoy your beautiful garden. Maybe you can, at least sit close to the window if you don't want to be outside or your Wi-Fi doesn't allow you, but do go outside and just enjoy this beautiful green space and the greenery around us. And if you're in Cape Town, I'm at the Atlantic seaboard, so today couldn't have been a more perfect day. I believe we're expecting a high of 21 degrees. The wind has finally died down. It's been terrible these last couple of days, but I think it's staying beautiful just for Garden Day. So hopefully your weather is perfect where you are and you get to really just enjoy your garden and maybe wear a flower crown. So I really, really hope to see your flower crowns. I can see a couple of people wearing their flower crowns. So welcome to Garden Day. To everyone on Zoom, hello, can I get a wave from you? Please turn on your cameras and join us for today's festivities. It is so lovely to see each and everyone's faces. I want to see your flower crowns, and you do want to keep your camera on because I have some amazing spot prizes to give away. If you're joining in from Facebook, I would highly encourage you to join the party on Zoom because that's where it's all happening, but you can also watch us from your Facebook page. So turn on those cameras. I would love to see, oh look, there's more faces joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're not sure how to join us from Facebook onto Zoom, it's very easy. We have a link up on our Facebook page. That's Garden Day Essay. You simply click on it and it will redirect you to the Zoom app. If you're not on Facebook, we are also on Instagram and Twitter as well as TikTok. So celebrate, enjoy the celebrations, wear your flower crowns, share it on social media, and use that hashtag Happy Garden Day and hashtag Garden Day Essay. And you can find us at the Garden Day Essay. But let me not keep you. I actually want to quickly just give you a rundown of some of the prizes you can expect that will be given out here on Zoom. I have 3 vouchers to Tanya Visser's online store valued at 1,000 Rand each. So if you're on Facebook, this is a great incentive to switch on over to Zoom. I've got 2 copies of Jane's delicious garden book to give away, as well as a copy of Urban Jungle. It is Living and Styling with Plants by Igor and Judith, as well as 2 copies of The Well-Gardened Mind, Rediscovering Nature in the Modern World. That is a book by Sue Stewart-Smith. So that's all part of the giveaways that will be given out throughout the morning. So make sure those cameras are on because I need to see you and able to put a little spot prize in your hands. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Let's get the day started. And I cannot think of a better way to kick off today's virtual garden gathering than with the team from Candid. Now, Garden Day was proudly created by Candid. This is a free gardening app and I've downloaded it on my phone. It's been incredible. It is knowledge-based, so basically it features on the app. It provides you with the answers to almost any gardening question that you might have. And if you can't find the answer there, always quick to help with the questions any fellow gardeners might have. So it really is a very handy app. So joining us from Candide are Shani and Tessa. Hey Shani, hey Tessa.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today? You're sitting in a beautiful garden.
Yep, we're outside in Cape Town. Absolutely of a day, like you said, and just so honored and blessed to be able to be in our gardens and to be able to celebrate Garden Day with you and with everyone else today.
Thank you. And I'm loving the flower crown. So ladies, I know you are talking about the wonderful app that is Candide. So take it away.
Thank you, Zoe. Yes. So Zoe already introduced us. So I think just hello to everyone from us at Candide in South Africa. My name is Shani.
And I'm Tessa.
It's for us truly, like I mentioned before as well, it's an honor to be able to celebrate Garden Day today. It's a big annual event for us. And before we kick off to talk about Candide, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about a garden and gardening because that's why we're all here today. We're all here to celebrate the space that we call a garden and the plants that are within it, and what we get from that space, whether it's indoors or outdoors. It's about a garden today. We're celebrating our gardens, indoor and out. And I thought I would just like to kick off with a small quote about a garden before we go into Candide. So for those of you not familiar with this book, this is a beautiful book, The Story of Gardening. And in this book, the book basically talks literally about the entire story of gardening, and how gardening developed and evolved over ages. And I'm going to just give us a little bit of a quote about from Sir Francis Bacon. He was an English philosopher, very well known in the gardening world back in the day. And he wrote a beautiful quote about gardening. He said, "God Almighty first planted a garden, and indeed, it is the purest of human pleasures. It is the greatest refreshment to the spirits of man, without which buildings and palaces are but grass handiwork." So, so true. A garden is truly that place where our soul gets filled, and we find so much positivity and good in our gardens. And both me and Tessa, we're absolutely crazy about gardening. I have a massive outdoor garden. I'm very blessed. And Tessa has a rather small indoor garden.
Indoor jungle, yes.
Indoor jungle. So we both in our hearts, we speak gardening and plants. And without further ado, let's kick off with our Candide talk. So we're gonna, I'm gonna hand over to Tessa now. Tessa is gonna share something very exciting to you. And then once Tessa is done, we'll share a little bit more of information about Candide in the latter part of the session.
Yeah, so gardening also allows us to connect with one another. So what we want to encourage you all to do is to share your garden day celebration with us. So whether you're having a indoor chill with your indoor plants, or whether you're enjoying a koppie thee on your stoep, or whether you're having a very big feast with your friends, we want to see your celebrations. So you can enter our competition. You can stand a chance to win a 100,000 Rand plant gift voucher, and then something extra special from the Candide team. And how you enter is you take a picture of yourself wearing your beautiful flower crown, or of your celebration, whatever that may look like today. And then you post your picture to book. And very important, remember to @CandideAppZA to enter, as well as use the hashtag GardenDaySA. And in this way, we can follow you and see what your celebrations look like, and soon announce the winner as well. So we really want to encourage you to celebrate Garden Day today, and we're looking forward to seeing your celebrations and your posts.
And to kick that off, we decided we're going to share our celebration. So Tessa is going to take a quick selfie of us here, and we're going to post it on social media, hashtag Garden Day @CandideAppZA, and you can see how. Share with us your Garden Day celebrations.
There you go.
Selfie.
Selfie time. All right.
There we go. So please, everyone, enter our competition today. The competition is only running today on Garden Day. So we'd really like to encourage you, to share your Garden Day celebrations with us.
All right.
So now we're going to talk a bit about Candide. Some of you might be familiar with Candide, but for those who are not, I'm going to give you a quick overview. So Candide is a free gardening app that you can download on your Android or your iPhone devices, iOS devices. It's easy to download from the app stores, and then the app is basically what we aim to do with the app is we truly want to share the joy of gardening through Candide, and we do that by connecting you to our gardening community that we have in Candide. At this stage, we have just under 400,000 gardeners with us in Candide. Not only in South Africa, though, we're in the UK, we've launched as well. I'll talk a bit about that just now. So we connect you with our gardening community, but we also connect you with a plant library of information. So Zoe showcased our crowns a bit earlier. And this for me ties in so well with our plant library. So I've got quite a wild, massive flower crown on my head here today. And my entire crown is made out of only indigenous South African plants. So I've got wild rosemary in here. What else do I have?
Euphorbia.
Euphorbia I've got in here. So I've got a selection of indigenous plants in my crown today, where on the other hand, Tessa has a beautiful exotic flower crown on her head with lilies and roses.
Chrysanthemums.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. And that's exactly what you'll find in Candide as well. We don't only specialize in indigenous plants because plants in our gardens, indoors and outdoors. So in this knowledge library, you'll find an extensive list of plants and all the detailed information about every single plant in the library. So through connecting you with the community and with our knowledge library, we truly educate people, but we also encourage people to start gardening and to learn how to garden and where they can start gardening. So in Candide, we have a wonderful selection of discover articles, we call them. It's basically blog posts or longer form articles where we elaborate on certain detailed topics. So unfortunately, our session is the first and a bit early in the day, but if it was a bit later in the day, you would have probably found me and Tessa with a garden-inspired gin and tonic in our hands. And we, for instance, have an article in Candide where we elaborated about drinks that you can make, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. We can use ingredients currently in your garden and add this to your drinks, which are all edible things. And we've got a whole range of articles that talks about food and gardening and plants and everything that's edible from your garden to your table today. And another great functionality about Candide, which we were going to showcase to you now, is Candide. As I mentioned, we have this knowledge base where we have plants inside the knowledge base where you can go and read up about plants. But the very exciting functionality that also lies within this knowledge base is our plant ID functionality. So that's so easy to use. Tessa is going to demonstrate it and talk you through it. So I'm going to hand over back to Tessa again, and then we're going to showcase you how plant ID works. And then if you're in your garden today and you're perhaps making a gin and tonic later this afternoon, or you decide to use some of the herbs that will later be discussed in the virtual garden gathering and you're not sure if you have them in your garden, take out your phone, download Candide, snap a picture and get identifying to see what you have in your garden.
All right, yeah. So as Shani also mentioned, like within this virtual garden gathering, you're going to be learning a lot about plants. So whether it's indoor plants or edible plants, or even while making your flower crown, you're wondering, what plants am I putting in my flower crown? You can use Plant ID. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you. I am currently in Candide on the feed, and you will see right over here, there is an identification icon. You tap that, and now we have a mystery plant here behind us that we do not know what it is. So I'm gonna snap a picture. There we go, get the flowers in, beautiful flowers. Retaking or identifying. So we're just gonna hit identify and we let AI do all the thinking for us. So there we go. The plant has been identified as Clivia miniata, the bush lily, which is also indigenous. So I'm gonna say, this is my plant, and perhaps share it to the community, or this is quite addictive, we must warn you. So you're going to be running around your garden, snapping pictures, identifying plants, and bragging to your neighbors and friends about how much you know about plants. So after you've identified your plants, obviously the next question is, how do I take care of this beauty? So also you can go into our massive encyclopedia of plants, scroll through them. You can also get lost in there because we have so many species in there, and then browse what are their light requirements, water requirements, and how do I take care of this beautiful plant? And also share it with us. Share your plants with us. We can't wait to see you get gardening.
Fantastic. So there you have it. Plant ID is quite easy to use. It's one of the very exciting functionalities inside Candide. And yes, it's if you're out on a hike or if you're walking in the veld and you'd like to identify it, that's also a scenario where you can use plant identification, because as we mentioned earlier, we do have our indigenous plant species in Candide. So I mentioned earlier that we're not only in South Africa, so I thought this is a good time to just quickly tell you a little bit about Candide and about me and Tessa, and before we move on to the next session. So Candide was launched in 2018, so we're on our way to being almost 3 years old now, and we first launched Candide in South Africa, after which we launched it in the United Kingdom. So we are available in both markets. And this year in 2020, we launched in America. So we're now available in 3 markets. And what is wonderful about Candide is it's everyone on Candide, whether you look at someone's post in the United Kingdom or you look at someone's post in South Africa, you can truly feel the heart of gardening that sits behind it and sits behind and in want to share that. And as I mentioned, we've got quite a big community at the moment. So UK is the biggest part of our global community. We all are very familiar with the UK market being quite big in terms of gardening. So if you're inside Candide, you might find yourself looking at a post from someone in the United Kingdom, or you might find yourself looking at a post from someone in Pretoria, or even someone in California might make a post and you will see it. So please take note that we are a global gardening app, but we've developed the app in such a way that that information related to South Africa and our community can always be seen. So you have the options to be able to view all posts from our global community across the world, or only posts from South Africa in South Africa. So it is relevant to our market and our plants and our weather conditions that we have in the Southern Hemisphere. And our team, so myself and Tessa, we are in South Africa. We are based in Stellenbosch. Very fortunate to be surrounded by the mountains and the winelands. And the rest of our team is in Bristol in the United Kingdom. So we've got quite a big team there, and that developed the app for us and that plan everything around the app for us. So yes, we're just a small remote team in South Africa, so we don't have the big team with us here, but it's always wonderful to share Candide and gardening with them and to find them online. We see a few familiar faces on the Zoom chat here today of our team in the UK, so it's wonderful to have them here with us, celebrating with us today. And as we've mentioned, Candide is free to download and it's available for everyone to join. We've got a wonderful community of gardeners, and we have basically the 2 main parts of the app is the plant community, which you'll find in the feed that Tessa showcased earlier, and then the knowledge base of plants, where you'll also find plant identification that we demonstrated with you. So to end this off, I think I would just like to say to everyone, it's truly being, I'm a gardener at heart. I've got green fingers. And as I mentioned, I've got a massive garden. And today is absolutely just, it's a wonderful day just to sit back and to really just enjoy my space. And I'm at the moment looking out over my back garden in at my house. And it's a lot of hard work that went into my garden. It's a new garden that we made. And it's so wonderful to sit here after 2 years, look at my garden and see how everything has grown and developed. And the joy and the excitement I get from it is just incredible. And I know Tessa shares the same value with her indoor jungle that she has.
Forever propagating.
Yeah, so it's for us, it's truly for us a wonderful day, and it's such a big honor, as I mentioned earlier as well, to be part of Garden Day and to celebrate with the Garden Day team and with all of you today on Garden Day, our gardens and the spaces we are greening around us and we look forward to seeing everyone's celebrations and seeing your images of your flower crowns or your gin and tonic inspired by your garden.
Yeah, and also don't feel shy about sharing your garden. All gardens, I feel, is always a work in progress. There's always new plants to plant. There's always some more pruning to do. So don't feel shy. Even if you only own one indoor plant, parents, so share your celebration with us. And it doesn't even matter the state or size of your garden, whether you have a perfect manicured lawn or your garden, you just started gardening, for instance. We see a lot of people on the app who's just bought a house, have their first garden, and they need to start learning how to garden. So even if you're a beginner, it doesn't even matter. Beginner, expert, doesn't matter. Share your celebration with us. We can't wait to see it.
Great. So thank you, Garden Day, for the honor to be online with you today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And happy Garden Day once again to everyone. We are having a massive garden party today on our lawn, so we're very excited. And Zoe, back to you.
Thank you, Shani. Thank you, Tessa. You two were amazing. I have to, before I say goodbye to you guys, we had a request. People are so fascinated with the plant identification functionality. Can you just quickly demonstrate it once again? I've been playing around with it on my phone too, to try and identify this plant, but do you mind just doing a quick demo for us just one more time?
Absolutely, 100%. So first off, Candid is free to download, so download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, create an account for yourself, and then you will hit this screen first. So if you look at all the little features here at the front, you go to identify. So you tap that icon, and there you go, it opens up for you. So again, mystery plant, tap and snap a photo. Then you'll get this screen, so you can either retake the photo if you're not happy with it. Try and include flowers or seeds or really the prominent features of the plant to identify it. If it's a tree, for instance, try and get the flowers or any fruit, because that's how it just makes the identification easier. Then you hit identify and you wait a second or two, and voila, the answer pops up. So if you're not sure whether this is your plant or not, you can just scroll through the photos, perhaps see if it really looks like the plant that you've identified. And then you can either retry it, but now in this case, it's identified correctly. So we just say, this is my plant, and there we go. You can see it's successful.
Amazing. Right. Thank you so much. Shani, Tessa, you two were amazing. And of course, Candide is absolutely free for anyone to download from their Play Store or their iOS store. So just make sure you download it and play around with the plant ID functionality. Thank you, ladies.